Okay, you guys, Tiara here. I'm sorry, the hand motions do it for me. Hey, y'all, it's Tiara here. Hi, Angel. Okay, let me try not to be so Texas talking about y'all. But I have a story time to give you guys, and I feel like you guys are gonna cry on this. I don't know. It may be funny to you, it may be like, oh my gosh, to you guys. But this is the time that I cut out super glue out my friend's eye. Yes, you heard it. His eye was super glued shut. Okay, this was maybe like 2 years ago. I worked at Toyota, the car dealership, and my friend super glued his eye shut. And I came to the rescue like a superhero. That's why my podcast is called Amaze like a Superhero, period. And if you want to be on it, go to the last video that we just did. I'll put the link below. If you go to that description, you can fill out that form and be on the podcast. Okay? And it's virtual. You don't have to meet up with nobody. Stay safe. You can be anywhere in the world and be on my podcast, boo. And be on my podcast, boo. So I'd love to have you. But anywho, back to the story. Okay, so I'm just gonna hop right into it. I worked at Toyota. And sidebar, this is how I knew eyelash extensions was more than likely my alley, because clearly I'm gifted in this area for whatever reason. Okay. So I'm gonna call my friend Sparkle. So Sparkle basically was working on a car or what have you, and so they had super glue and they had some glasses. Let me actually show you guys. Hold on. Okay, so Sparkle, I was gonna say super glue, had on some glasses. Sparkle had on some glasses, okay? So y'all know this part, it actually fell apart while they were working on a car. So this part fell off or what have you when they were working on the car. And so he says he has super glue, right? And you know how it's kind of old, or it's really not coming out like it's supposed to. So he actually just cut the super glue, and as soon as he cut it, it just squirted directly in his eye. And it wasn't even like right here, it was like, you know what I'm saying, from a far space. Like, what are the odds? Out of everywhere that you gotta go, you want to go on my eye dog? Okay, so anyway, so he went to the emergency room. Of course, he was freaking out like, oh my gosh, da 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 da. And this is the part he told me about. I wasn't there for this part. But anywho, Sparkle went to the emergency room. They didn't do anything but like give him some cream or whatever that to like, I guess, loosen up the glue. And they sent him home. Okay, so this guy could not go to work. This guy could not see. Okay, this guy couldn't play the game, nothing. So, I called to check on him. I'm like, you good? You know what I'm saying? Like, you all right? So we was real cool friends or what have you. And so I was really cool with his mom or whatever, because she would buy my Mary Kay products. Or, she was just very supportive. So, anywho, I was like, are you good? You okay? He's like, no, I'm suffering, what have you. Mind you, this is like the third day that he's going through this. And like when one eye is closed, this one is hard to open, the other one. And so it's just like, and then because like this one's kind of moving around or this one's moving around, like this one's just watering, leaking, like in pain and agony, can't see anything. So at that point, he would just like lay in the bed like this. So I'm just like, dang, I gotta help my friend. Like, I can't leave my friend like just like a vegetable, just like, you know what I'm saying? Dude in agony. I don't know, like whatever. So fast forward, I went to go see Sparkle, right? I go to see Sparkle. Mom leads the way. And of course, Sparkle never saw me. I was a good shit. Okay, insensitive. Okay, never mind. Anyway, his mom had a nail kit. It had like the scissors. It had the, what else? It was the scissors, the little cuticle thing, some clippers, and I think like some tweezers or what have you. So I had that. I had my flashlight on my phone. and I had a mirror. Okay, so at first I was just rubbing an ointment on there because his mom, had to go to work, and I had basically been helping her, you know what I'm saying? So she was tired, she was doing everything for him. So I'm like, okay, I could do it, me being as selfless as I am. So I put the little cream on there. I'm like, bruh, this is never gonna get off. Like, and he has like a hot towel on it. Like, they were just telling him to do some craziness that didn't even work. Okay, and more than likely he was in more pain. So when I looked, finally put the flashlight on it or what have you. So I'm like, well, since his eyelashes were like glued shut on the outside, the top and the bottom layer were like glued together, I'm like, maybe I could just cut off his eyelash. I'll pull it back. Well, it wasn't like that because it was definitely closed. I pull it back and he's in pain, of course, because it's discomforting. Like, it shot in his eye. Not only in his eye, not only did he have a layer in his eye, he actually had a layer like on the mid part, and then he had a layer on the outside of the lashes. They were all glued shut. Like, honestly, if I hadn't cut his eye out, it probably would have been like a couple weeks before it opened, especially dealing with that cracked cream. Okay, and I say cracked cream because it literally was useless. Okay, I would have been mad, period. But if you can't see, you don't have no choice but to be mad. Like, no, well, but to be calm, honestly, because what can you do? So, anywho, back to the story. So I pull his lash up or his little eye up like that. And then I just take this piece and I just cut along the lash line. Slowly. Ooh, see my lash. Slowly though, I cut along the lash line. All the way across. I snip, 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 snip. I did not poke him. I think we had basically had eye surgery for like, I think it took like an hour or 10 minutes or something like that. Cut off his outer eyelash finally. Because at first I was kind of trying to like pick it or whatever. And then like, like to remove it. And some of it was coming off. But I was like, no, bruh, we got to like cut this off. Like, I'm sorry, but you're going to look like a little naked mole rat on one eye. So, but you got to see though. You know what I'm saying? You got to make your money. You got to go to work. Like, in this life, there is no sympathy from nobody but Jesus. It may be your mama. Trying to tell you. You heard it here first, kids. So I cut the dude's eyelash off. I cut Sparkle eyelash off or whatever. And he still had like a layer just sitting on his pupil. First off, it was red, of course, because it was irritated, like whatever. So I didn't know how to get it off. All I seen was like, because he could finally open his eye, like it was just like the little piece was just like on his, is that the retina, whatever, the little pupil, just like moving around, like as he moved his eye. I'm like, bruh, be still, bruh. I got to get this dude, okay? Please. So he was like scared, okay? And out of the whole hour, 20 minutes, I probably only poked him like twice. And I didn't poke him, like, oops, like just, well, I'm sorry, whatever. But yeah, so I'm like, his eyes open at this point. I'm taking a tweezer. And I'm like, be still, relax, right? I'm like, be still, relax, right? And so, boom. I used the tweezers, grabbed both sides, pulled it off. It kind of made like a little noise, like almost like as if, I don't know if I was like pulling. I didn't pull off a layer because he went to the eye doctor and checked. Almost as if like, yeah, like I pulled a hard layer of super glue like out of his eye with the tweezer. That's why I'm like, man, I could be an eyelash technician. Like, what I'm saying? I cut eyelashes out for a living. No, well, maybe not a living, but for my friends in my downtime, so why not get paid for it? Hey. But yeah, so that was the time. My Sparkle has super glue. And I cut it out. I'm a superhero, period. Okay, so he was like, oh my God, thank you. He told everybody at work that I like was a superhero. I had a cape. Like, thanks to him, he was back at work. Like, I think within 2 days. But yeah, it hurt. He said it hurt, but not like me taking it out, but just the fact that it was super glue in his eye, and then not being able to open that other eye, and it just crying and watering and watering. Like, oh my gosh, I can only imagine. Like, but yeah, that's what I do. You know, put yourself in people's shoes. Save the day for them if you can. If not, shoot a prayer. That'd be all right. Okay, period. Love you guys. This is my story time, and that is the time I cut super glue out of my friend's eye. Bye.